Hello, everybody. Welcome to the OS Car Championship. It is your boy, OS Joshi, and it is the Monster 500 in Atlanta. And before we get started with the rest of the grid, we want to introduce you to our debutantes, starting in pole position, sitting front row is where he at? My bad, guys. Starting front row is Brad Stover for Hendrick Motorsport Racing, driving the number 24, and it is an impressive debut qualifying session from him. We wonder what he will bring to the table here at the Oscar Championship. And behind him, sitting in row two, is Angel Guterres, and impressive qualifying from him, especially since it is the first time that his team debuts in the All Star Championship. Um, Behind him is Bobby Joe Johnson. Bobby Joe Johnson had a very impressive qualifying session, and behind him is Jamie Gloss, and Jamie Gloss also had an impressive qualifying session. Um, these rookies are way too good, and there is JJ McBushy. Decent qualifying session from him. I wonder what he will bring to the Oscar Championship. Could he contend for the championship? It's not too late. One race missing isn't that bad. You can still win the championship. And there is Devon Dustcutter. Very impressive. They not that impressive compared to others, but still good nonetheless. Can he get the decent results in Atlanta? There is Racer, who didn't debut just now, but here there is to mention him. There is AB McLeod, and very not so impressive qualifying session from him, but we wonder what he could bring to the table as well. There is Sammy D, driver of the Blue Deuce, Penske's newest talent compared to Penske's other new talents of JJ McBushy, very not so impressive, but can he bring the decent results? We don't know. There is Niddler for Red Bull Racing, crazy with how there's no Red Bull sponsor, but not so impressive from him sitting in the very back. There is Samuel Gamer 12 of Roush Fenway Racing, driving the number 16 to honor Greg Biffle. And what a beautiful way to honor him. Greg Biffle was a great person and a great driver, but most importantly, he helped people who were in need. And um, may he rest in peace. And rest in peace to the ones also affected. Yeah. And there is Juan Martin of Joe Gibbs Racing, driving the number 20. And yeah, not very good qualifying session from him compared to his two teammates, Clebo Berry and um Young Joshi. But even worse is new debutant CJ, driving the number 11, who also didn't do good for Joe Gibbs Racing. And there's Naylor Dub, our our championship leader and previous Daytona 500 winner is next to Derek after an decent qualifying session and an impressive race after the crazy Daytona 500. We wonder if he can go back to back as Stone predicted. And there is Speedy Jin, and Speedy Jin predicts that he could win in Atlanta. And
Drivers, start
another
your
thing he said is that
engines!
Tsumugi Shirogane is a LARPer. The 63 calls a LARPer of Danganronpa, and I don't know about Danganronpa, but there seems to be some beef, especially with especially with with oh, and there he is. What's going? Oh, he had a reliability issue, and yeah, there's going to be beef, especially with the 67 and 60 car, especially what happened in the previous few races. There is the pace car, um, and we wonder, can Brad Stover pull it off in his debut race? And we are off racing, and Marissa Tomei will take the lead, or will try to take the lead, with Brad Stover holding Marissa off, holding the 22 off. But Gutierrez is coming. Bobby Joe Johnson is coming. Very good qualifying session from him, and he seems like he has a lot of potential. Wonder if he's John Johnson's brother, which probably not. But we're in lap two, and um, there is Brad, and he drops position. Young Joshy taking third position. Young Joshy had is on a good run after also doing well in other two series, and we wonder, could he pull it off in Atlanta? And there's young Joshy fighting for the lead, and young Joshy might as well take the lead. But Bobby Joe Johnson is fighting, and we're now three wide with Sophie Walton next to young Joshy, and PW also fighting for the lead. And there's the seven of Jimmy Wilkie honoring the late Alan Kulvicki, who honoring the late great Alan Kulvicki. And there's the Skittles of JJ McBushy. There's the 72 of JJ McBushy. And this is a very impressive daily race from him. And also, this race seems very competitive. There is PW fighting on the outside of Sophie Walton. Can can PW pull off the win here, especially after a disastrous Daytona 500? And by the way, Speedy Jim is nowhere to be seen on the lead. Maybe he will come to fight for the win, but there's JJ McBushy next to PW, and there is Adam Jefferson and Stone. Stone is coming through, and there is Miller, and there is AB McLeod, which is a very good race from him, but this race looks very competitive. There is Adam Jefferson, and there is Stone next to him. And oh, the 82 is gonna bump the 88, and there is the Penske of James Crow. Now Stone takes the lead, but James Crow is right behind. And oh, there is CJ. Despite the terrible qualifying, he still manages to fight for the win. This race is looking competitive to the point where gamblers don't know who's going to win. But we all do know that this is fun racing. There is no chaos, just everyone fighting for the lead. And there is Ali Rain on the outside. And there is Naylor Dub, who previously had a bad Daytona 500. But here she is fighting for the lead. And there's the Blue Juice of Sammy D and John Johnson also fighting for the lead. And there's Thomas Dupree debuting a new paint scheme. And Thomas Dupree will take the lead here with John Johnson coming through. Can John Johnson win the race here? Or we don't know. We don't know. And there is Sammy D on the outside of John Johnson as we are heading to lap 9. And there is Sammy D taking the lead. The Blue Deuce legacy will be honored in a great way. Um, but there is the SeatGeek 99 of Marcus De Jesus taking the lead, and there is Daniel Royals and Wise Nine and Squirmina Jr. And both teammates are next to each other, but the 38 is on the outside of the 17, and there is the for also fighting for the lead to the point where anyone can win. And there's collision, there will be collision. We heard collision. And Juan Martin, he's dropping to the back. He's dropping to the back. There is Marcus B behind bridging. And wow, this race looks interesting. We don't know who's going to win. And there is the 16 of Samuel Gamer 12 with Derek behind. And oh, there seems to be a collision. This means that the pace car will come out. The pace car will come out. It was fun while it lasted, but the pace car will come out. And there is the fraud. There's the fraud. The 77 of Speedy Jim. He said he's going to win the race, but it seems like he is nowhere near the lead. And there is the eminence car of Lebo Berry. Lebo Berry is doing this in honor of Kyle Busch. By the way, free Kyle Busch from Richard Childress Racing. That's all I'm going to say. And there is Roman Jr., the full car. And wow, could he win this race? Could he continue this good form that he has been on? And the 16 of Samuel Game of 12, which looked very good. This looks like an impressive race from all these debutants. They just fighting for the win. They they're at the front constantly. So could they just pull off the victory in their first race? We don't know. And there is Derek after a terrible Daytona. He manages to find himself at third in Atlanta. And there is Wise 9. The 38 looks very good, looks very strong, especially from these past few races. Could he pull off a win in the Monster 500? And there is Gutierrez, the 26 car, looks very impressive. Team owner and driver, yet he has an impressive race. Wonder how he's managing it all, carrying his own team. And there is the Blue Deuce of Sammy V. Obviously, he's not sponsored by Lights like his other, like the drivers before him, but he is doing it too well, which is great to hear. And there is young Joshy, the MVP of NOCAR racing right now. Can he pull off a good result? Can he even win? Can he pull it off? He won the Casper Clash at the First Sprint Cup Series. In the um Racy Rum Series, he finished in the top 10 in his first race, which is very impressive. So we're wondering if he can pull it off. And there is Daniel Royals. Decent race from him. Decent race. And we wonder if he could win. On ninth place, we have JJ McBushy. Also impressive race from him. Can he pull up the win in his first race? And there is John Johnson. John Johnson looks very impressive and he looks very consistent, gunning for the lead earlier on. And him looking very consistent. He's confident that he will win the race. And if the 67 car does win his race, he will RKO him. Um, that's all I have to say. There was an incident, there was an altercation between John Johnson and Sajini, but I'm pretty sure John Johnson has nothing to worry about because Sajini is way far away from him. But knowing the racing we saw so far, he might come to win the race. And speaking of the 67, there he is, and um, he is he hasn't wrecked somebody so far. So we're wondering if he can pull off could he fight for the win, or will he be here to cause havoc? He didn't cause havoc. He didn't cause the yellow flag this time, but w- we're wondering if he could cause the havoc that has just happened. And there is Stone. And oh, it's green flag racing time. It is green flag racing there at the pace car. And Derek trying to make a good launch, but still the four is holding them back. As you can see, my bad. The four is holding them back, as you can see, and Derek is on the outside trying to take the lead, but the four is just holding them off. Very good season from the four, and there is Stronometry, and the 16 is trying to take the lead here with the 38 lining up next to the 4 and the 26 right behind the 38 with the blue deuce next to the 47. And there is the 38. And we have to say that he looks very consistent over here, looks very dominant. Whilst between these guys, the 26 and the 38 fighting for the lead. And there is Mick Hunt. And can he win it in Atlanta? Of course, Gutierrez trying to hold onto the lead and he's trying to go back inside. But obviously, that is not going to work as the 28 takes the lead. And we're now into lap 18. And there's the 47 of Derek trying to fight the 28 of Mick Hunt. The Coca-Cola sponsorship obviously came in for this race as the 47 car looks way too good and they probably have all the upgrades. But the 28 car will persist, will deny, and will deny. And there is the 28, and the 28 will continue his lead. This looks way too dangerous. Can the force stop this? Or will the 28 just take another lap lead? Obviously, there is the 6 of Ali Rain. And can Ali Rain reign on the parade of the 28? And there is Naylor Dub, who looks impressive this race. Oh, and there is the 4 Speedy Jim. And he is in the top 10. Could he fight for the win? Is he right in his prediction? He has seemed very arrogant, picking up beef with the 63 car of Tamidi Shirogane and saying that he's a loafer, and then he says that he's better than all the other drivers, seeming very arrogant. Could he win this race? And probably knowing him beefing with the 63 car, he's probably the reason why the 63 car can start. And there he is. And he's on the inside. He is on the inside trying to fight for the lead. But it's obviously a two-horse race between the 28 and the 4. And knowing that, meaning that if the 77 wants to take the lead, then he has to not get in the way of the. He has to make sure that the 28 and the 4 make way for his car. And that is not going to happen because the 28 looks way too powerful. Nick Hunt is a very skilled driver and he could probably win the championship if the cards were right. And there is young Joshy joining in on the two horse race that the four has exited and the 77 has replaced the four on. There is Speedy Jin fighting Mick for the win. Can the 77 pull it off? Can Speedy Jin beat the fraud allegations? He heard those he probably heard me speaking about those fraud allegations. And there's a three-way battle. No, it is a four-way because Ali Rain is trying to deny young Joshi of the win and trying to take the win for the team and for herself. And there is Speedy Jin, and he is failing to make a move or trying, but Mick Hunt is persistent. Mick Hunt is denying him of those wins. Mick Hunt holds strong, and there is Adam Jefferson, and there is Jamie Goss, who had a good debut race and might probably win it for the Leavine family team as they just win in their first race in the All Star series. There is Speedy Jen trying to fight the 28, but but the 28 is not barging in. All Speedy Jen needs to rely on now is chaos, and chaos is not going to happen when everyone is not trying to crash into each other, unlike what happened in the Daytona 500. So, meaning that Speedy Jin might not win the race that is named after his favorite beverage company, or might have to face the fraud allegations. And there's the 95 trying to join in on the two-horse race, trying to make it a three-horse race, or trying to remove the 77 because he believes the fraud allegations. He knows the fraud allegations, he's heard of it, and and there has been chaos, I think. There has been chaos. I'm not gonna replay that. There's been chaos. Oh, and there's the 24 coming back. Can the 24 regain the lead that has been taken, or will it be too late as the 28 looks way too dominant? Oh, and there's CJ sitting at the back. The 28 looks way too dominant and might just get away with the race win. The 95 having a good debut race. Shout out to the 95. And there it is. The 77 battling with the 36 and the 24 not joining in. The 95 couldn't make a move on the 28, as the 28 looks way too strong, way too dominant. I'll hold on for a sec. Oh, and the 95 tries to make a move, trying to go in, but the 28 just denies, and it will just be the 28 probably winning the whole race, probably winning the part. And the 95 goes in on the inside, and can the 95 finally, finally deny the 28 of the lead, or will the 20 and the 95 does it? The 95 does it. The 95 is now your new race leader with the 77 going for the race win. Oh my days, this is absolute cinema. There has been different lap leaders, and the 95 seems to get away on the straightaway, and the 77 is now in second, with the 28 trying to reclaim second position and potentially the lead. And there's the 24, the pole sitter. Can he pull it off in his debut race? Can he pull it off? And there, of course, is Mick, who looks very good but has no win to his name yet. And there is the 77 getting his position taken away by the 28. And there is the 24 trying to fight for the lead, and there is the 54 trying to overtake the 77. The 77 sport allegations is coming through, and there's the 54 on the inside with the 36 right behind, hoping there's no chaos in Atlanta. And now the 77 can't win his dream race of winning the Monster 500. He wants to win it more than anybody, but that doesn't matter. There is this flight 36 of um Adam Jefferson. Sprite is very appreciated here, probably, especially in Atlanta, especially with your favorite rapper. We all wanna discuss why. And the 28 just retakes the lead. Um, the 28 just retakes the lead, and oh, Bobby Joe Johnson is in the pits. There has been an issue. There has been an issue. There has been an issue. There is the 38, and what is the 38 doing at the back? And what is the 47 also doing there? There has been, what is the 47 also doing there? We don't know. And there is Stone, who, after an impressive Daytona, um, just had a slow race. We interviewed him earlier, and he says that he is not confident in his car, that he is not confident in the team, and maybe he is right because his teammate is reaping the benefits from the team, getting the favorable outcomes. And there is JJ McBushy with Speedy Jim fighting for the position, and there is young Joshi who is fighting the 28, and there is the 95 of Leovine Racing. Now, Leovine needs to be careful of lap traffic, especially the 11 of CJ, who had a lackluster debut race. Maybe it was just his first race. But there, of course, is the 95 of Jamie Gloss, and Jamie Gloss is in the league fighting with some of the best drivers. And there is young Joshy trying to overtake Mick. Mick will deny young Joshy the lead, but there is Mick trying to fight Gloss for the lead. And could Gloss win it with 25 laps left? And it is an impressive race with Jamie Gloss in the lead and Mick trying to go for second, with young Joshy taking third. And fourth is Speedy Jim, who said he was going to win the race. And even though that is not going to happen unless some chaos happens, it's still a good race for him. There is Adam Jefferson on form right now. I almost said the other way. On form right now. There is Brad Stover, who despite not winning still has an impressive debut race. And there is Jamie Gloss, Sophie Walton, the 12 of James Crow, and there is Sky Commons, who is on a decent run. If it wasn't for that crash in Daytona, he prob Sky could have probably won. And there is Daniel Boyles in 11th, fighting for the top 10 spot. Now there is Mick, and Mick takes the lead with young Joshi fighting for the lead. And there is Speedy Jim, and all hope is not lost for Speedy Jim. We still have, what, 23 laps left till the checkered flag. It is very likely that Speedy Jim will win the race, but I think Mick will take home the points for the most laps led. And even if he doesn't win the race, it is still an impressive race from him after what happened in Daytona. Still an impressive race from him. And there is Mick, who is looking way too dominant, but Speedy Jim is going to deny that dominance. He is going to prove to everyone that he isn't a fraud, and he's going to rub it in the 63's face as he wants to do because as the 63 is in the garage, probably sitting, the 77 proves that he is the better driver, that he could pull off a win, and he that he could rub in the face of the 63 car that the 63 cars ganged him around for last year, which is what he told me. This is what he told me. This is very true. You can go ask him, and there is the 54 of young Joshi trying to deny him that win as young Joshi obviously respects the 63 car and is trying to deny him that win. He has a nice Kahoot paint scheme to honor what goes on in Kahoot, and there is the 95 of Jamie Gross. Very impressive debut from the 95 car, and even if the 95 doesn't win the race, um, the 95 can still go home, can still talk about how second was achieved, still bring home the good results in the debut race, winning today's toughest driver award. There is Mick, and Mick looks way too dominant in that 28 car. Looks way too good. He's going to take home the most laps led, and he is going to maybe be the winner of the Monster 500. Something that will be rubbed in the face of Speedy Jin. Something that Speedy Jin does not want. And there is Jamie Gloss trying to fight for the win. Previously, in the first few laps, it has been a very entertaining race. Everyone's fighting for the lead, but after Mick took the lead, he has held on, tried fighting back, and he's looking way too dominant with Jamie Gross way too close for comfort, but Mick does not care as he is a very calm and collected driver, and Jamie Gross seems to barely do anything about it. There is young Joshi and there is Speedy Jin. Now Speedy Jin hasn't won the race, probably not going to beat the fraud allegations, but at least he brings home a good result, finishing in the top 10. And we're in lap 52, 14 laps left. And the main question is, can Mick Hunt just win it? Can he win it? Or will will the win go to Jamie Goss? We do not know. There is Jamie Goss going way too close for comfort to Mick Hunt. Can Jamie Goss go on the inside and take the lead that Mick Hunt has held on for so long? And Jamie Goss does it. Jamie Goss pulls it off, and there is young Joshi pulling off the overtake on Mick, and young Joshi's job is not done here as he is trying to fight for second place. Not only trying to fight for second place, he's trying to fight for first. He is trying to go for a win here. He has been impressive, but he hasn't registered a win in NR 2003. And there is Mick Hunt. Mick Hunt has more straight line speed than the 95, and Mick Hunt pulls off the maneuver as he does. Maybe he just pump fakes um the 95 of a win. He fooled him and the 95 fell for it. We're talking about a two race veteran compared to the one race of Jamie Goss, and Jamie Goss will drop down. And there is Daniel Royals trying to stop Nick Hunt from winning with 11 laps to go. And as we head down to the start finish line, it will be 10 laps left. And Daniel Royals is trying to stop Mick from trying to win. And there is Daniel Royals. Daniel Royals will head back, will take the lead from here. And can Daniel Royals run with it, or will Mick just take it back? And there is young Joshi fighting Mick for second place. He is trying to get a win here, and it's not enough as Daniel Royals is ahead in the straight away, and um it seems that all young Joshi can do is maybe fight for second and hope for the best. But not all hope is lost. It's not over till we reach the checkered flag, until the checkered flag is reached. And hey, maybe young Joshi could fight for the win. There is young Joshi, and he pulls off the maneuver on Mick, and so does Mick's teammate Adam Jefferson. And there is Daniel Royals. Impressive race from him. Very impressive. Could he pull off the win? There is Adam Jefferson trying to overtake young Joshi, and he does that. He does that. And this could be the first race win for Ford. The Ford look way too dominant, and the only Chevrolets in the top 10 are Speedy Jim, Sophie Walton, and the 24 of Brad Stover. We have 6 laps left, and Daniel Royals seems to have a good race. Could he win it? It looks very likely that the 17 of Daniel Royals could win the Monster 500. And there is laps traffic. There is Leah McQueen driving what is known as a tractor, aka the 21 of Wood Brothers Racing. They need to pull up their socks. They're dead lost, and now it's leading to their driver sitting at the back. And there is Jay Wheeler, the Blue Deuce of Sandy D, and there is Fortunate and Miller. John Johnson and Marissa fighting for they're fighting for the 30th position, and I thought John Johnson was going to have an impressive race. Oh, 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 Marcus de Jesus involved with AB. And what is CJ doing? CJ did this probably. CJ did do this. And now we're going to have a yellow flag in the race, and the 95 takes the lead right here. Um, yeah, it's going to be a yellow flag to wrap up the race, meaning that Jamie Goss will win the race in his debut. Um, Very good race from the Levine family. They're going to be very impressed that they pulled off the win in their first race. There is young Joshi in fifth, going to be an impressive race for him as uh he pulled off a top five that not many people get to say. So congratulations to young Joshi on that. And there is Gloss going to become a race winner. I think the I think the 11 robbed Daniel Royals of a win, and Jamie Gloss took the lead, and Royals is going to be very unthrilled. Um, o- Another driver going to be unthrilled is Mick Hunt. He had a good race, led the most last year, but um, yeah, he gave away the position too much. Um, Adam Jefferson too, and young Joshi is not going to be happy that he didn't win, but he's going to be happy that at least he didn't crash, at least they didn't wreck him. And another unthrilled driver is Speedy Jin. Speedy Jin did not win the race as he predicts. The 77 looked good, but not good enough to face the strong front row racing cars in the front. And we approached the white flag, so meaning that the race win might be asterisk. Jamie Gloss might not like that there is an asterisk on his race win, but it's always car racing. I'm pretty sure every winner so far has an asterisk to their race win. Jamie Gloss may feel down that his race win is given to him, and he may feel like he earns his race win, but he, it doesn't matter. A dub is a dub. You win too bad that you win. Even the best drivers, those races didn't win that race. Um, except for Caleb Wheeler winning the Daytona 500, he didn't crash. Shout out to him. But other than that, those wins may feel very Mickey Mouse, but it doesn't matter. Jamie Goss is going to be a race winner. It ended on caution, which was what we were trying to avoid from the previous race. The race ending with chaos, but it is what it is. Jamie Gloss is an always call winner. Daniel Royals in second. Mick Hunt in third. Fourth is Adam Jefferson. And fifth is young Joshi. Speedy Jin is upset that he might not win the race, but at least he gets to rub in the face of Shiro Gardner that he finished two races in a row, and that's all that matters. Maybe he didn't win the Master 500, but that's all that matters right now for Speedy Jin. That's all that should matter. Maybe he's not thrilled. Decent race for Hendrick, except for Stone. He was right about the car. So it was a decent race. And this is always Nation Racing, and we're out. Thank you very much.